So this is Drake. If it's not in that hole, it must be having a hole off because there's some long holes.
That snail one there on the left, I know moved it once.
Oh, it's there. It's in the back.
Right.
Left.
Oh shit! I only saw the engine, so I was like, oh, where is it? Where is it?
So there's everything that's just in here, and there's the Kraken, Vulture, and the Corsair downstairs. Different cutlasses, Buccaneers. So I'm gonna have a little look around first, and then I'll show you the
Bastard.
Caterpillar. Right. This I actually quite like. This is called the Herald. It's actually designed for you to steal information. That's not in the game yet, but you've basically got a small server into it, a cockpit, and a massive engine. It's supposed to be sort of you've snuck in, stolen some data, or you have to deliver data from one place to another very securely. You go into that. This is the Buccaneer. The Buccaneer is a glass cannon. It's got a size 5 gun on the back. But this thing is really small. It actually doesn't have an ejector seat. So if you get shot to shit, you won't be able to eject.
I can rent it. I'm very happy.
Now these are the 3 cutlasses. Cutlass Black is the one in the middle, most commonly used. Cutlass Red is the only medical ship. I've got an Apollo medical ship because it's not available in game. I've got Cutlass Red to use. This is the biggest bounty hunting ship technically, and what I mean by that is at the moment bounty hunting is killing different enemies. Eventually bounty hunting will be the apprehension of somebody. The Cutlass Blue has in the back massive prison cells for you to capture people. Because when you shoot up ships, they'll more be disabled rather than blow up. Then the idea is you take the target, put it into the locked cell, and take it back. Now there's only 3 ships that have locked cells onto it. The Avenger Stalker has about 6. The Hawk has 1, and this thing here has this weird sort of rotary system. So you'd like put them in stasis, sort of like Star Wars sort of Han Solo situation.
Oh.
But it's like 20 sort of 20 odd little things, so you could actually capture 20 people in that.
Oh, balls.
I'm gonna nip downstairs while he breaks the caterpillar and show you.
The doors take so long to open. I just click F, and then as soon as I click F,
it closes again.
It's open, then it closes again. This is a hallway.
I'll show you down here. Now I'm gonna pop up and look around the caterpillar. Caterpillars are one of my favourites as well. You got the Dragonfly, which is just the Dragonfly. The 2-seater little zoomy bike.
Enter pilot seat.
Through here.
M4, M4 and M5.
This is something that's causing a little bit of upset with Noodles right now. He tried to buy this and then it bugged and they wouldn't let him buy it. This is
a big boy.
Yeah, this is an aircraft carrier. It's basically massive. You'd be able to fit. You saw the cutlasses. You'd be able to fit 4 or 5 cutlasses on top of it. It's that big. Called the Kraken.
This has 11,000 fuel.
This is the Vulture. This will be used to suck up salvage stuff. So you'll be going to a wreck and you'll pull it apart and salvage it on. Hey Scott, how you doing, man? And this thing is a Corsair. It's their exploration ship. It's supposed to be about the same size as a Constellation. It's supposed to have more guns than a Constellation.
This?
One of the few things that's the size of a Constellation that's technically, we don't know until it's actually out, could actually outdo a Constellation. Doing good, thanks. You? Not bad. Got the weekend off. Back to work on Monday. So, you will get done. Determined not to fall asleep. No falling asleep.
Engineering, actually. This is also my department. Fucking open the door.
Now, there's a few things about the colours that doesn't work. Mainly, there's doors on each of the compartments, and each of these compartments is supposed to open and then lower down to the ground. They don't. It just opens. I don't know, it still feels... It's not as wide. Okay, it's not as wide, but it still feels like longer. I don't know.
The heck of a lot longer. I opened the cargo door for you to people walk in. I rented it and yeah. I'm definitely going to be flying this fucking thing. Can't find much else. This is where the electricians hang out. That's not my department. No! Whatever you do, don't click F. Server. Okay, I don't do computers either.
Right, so here's a habitation area.
I think I've walked around.
The cool thing about this one is it doesn't work obviously like most things in Star Citizen, but the main sort of piloting area is on the side of the ship, and you can supposed to be actually detach and fly off. But you've got a walkway, but at the same time you've got here. I mean, I don't know, maybe it isn't as big. It just feels like it should be.
Alright, what we'd have to do is get a C2 and compare it as in the C2 and a cap next to each other.
Because the C2 definitely is wider. It's definitely wider, but I don't know why.
Yeah, you can see that in the pictures, wider. Hey, look up.
Hey dude, hey dude.
Hello.
It's the front part. People like to put like things like they're called like dragonflies. No, there is an issue at the moment because what's supposed to happen eventually is, you know, those things that fall down. They're supposed to actually go down to the ground, but they don't at the moment. They just fall out the way. And there's a turret above us.
Now, are these guns things here?
No, they're not.
Oh, no. They're just big things.
Just big things. But yeah, sadly, what's supposed to happen is you can open these, and you stand on them, and then they'll literally kind of take you down to the bottom, but they don't. They've never actually added that into it. Cutlass is one of those ships where I feel you need to get the finger out and finally update. But all these cargo areas are supposed to be modular. So you might find there's going to be a radar system in one, or maybe a gun system in one, or it could be an area where you'll have lots of I don't know, lots of infantry to carry or something.
There's a bog. That's good.
Right, so that's the habitat area, and the.
Oh, I wish you could sit on the toilet.
There's a habitat area and the. This is the engineering bit. This is the lower turret access.
Do you control the turrets if no one's in them?
No. No, they're separate, the man turrets. After this, you've got stairs going up. Is the Vanguard any good? No. Vanguard is a ship I've always wanted to like, but I just never did. Because what the thing that they did really silly with it is you get a massive like size 5 gun, but above it you get loads of size 2 guns. I mean, it's a weird ship where it's like, I'd like to use it, but I think the Ion would kick its ass. Or the Inferno. Stop it. Now this area is supposed to be a tractor beam area. You stand in here. You stand in here and do tractor beam shit, getting stuff in.
Well, this lady is just breaking the rules and then she disappears. Okay, one more.
I mean, the people that love the Vanguard and can use it well, the problem is with a lot of the ships, it's all a matter of how you use it. So in here you've got the cockpit. This whole thing...
What comes to the Buccaneer have?
The Buccaneer is mental. The top guns are size 5.
Yeah, got a fucking Gatling gun. Then what I would assume is... what are they called?
The Buccaneer is a glass cannon. It has large amount of weapons, but it's quite a weak ship. The idea of the Buccaneer is you zoom in, do a lot of damage, then you zoom the fuck out. You don't hang around, sort of thing. It's very hit and run sort of game. You think? Yeah, just looking for something I can buy with in-game credits. until things like the Ion become available. If you're waiting for stuff like that, then I mean the Vanguard's pretty cool at doing stuff. I think you've got a Constellation anyway, but the Constellation, if you're set it up like Noodles has,
I think it's Ajax is what we're calling it. I don't know about it.
is it? Constellation is a weird ship that is incredibly powerful for single player. Because if you strip all the gimbals off it and just put 2 size 5 guns and 2 size 4 guns with all the missiles you also have with it, the Constellation Andromeda just kicks ass. I mean, if it was
all
up
I know
to...
is you have a Prospector. That's
You have
all
a
I know
Prospector, yeah. What I would honestly do is I would save up and get a Constellation. Because not only will you then have... Not only will you then have cargo, especially if you're doing the prospecting stuff, you have cargo to move around. You have, like I said, if you strip the gimbals off them, you have 2 size 5 and 2 size 4s as a pilot. And that's what Noodles used to fly and do all his missions with. But yeah, so this is 2 pilot seats and 2 secondary seats here. Sneaking down here. This is also supposed to be a lifeboat. So in emergencies, you're supposed to be able to detach this whole area. So you've got, again, some seats down here, and then at the bottom, you're supposed to have another tractor beam area.
Scotty, if you go into the general Star Citizen chat and go into pins, I think right at the bottom there's a list. There's a website with a list of prices. It hasn't been updated last time I checked. The last update was 313. But it should give you a general idea of how much the Connie should be. Because the prices have changed a bit, because in 330 the Prospect used to be 6 million, now it's 2.6. But it should give you an idea of how much money to save. But, yeah.
I get bloody lost in here, I swear.
I don't know if I look in the putty blue. Saying that just reminded me of fucking Boris Johnson. It's a bad memory. I hate that. What? No. Oh, these are spinning bit. Oh, yeah,
I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna jump down there, and I thought, no, not in this game. Not in this game.
Meanwhile, I'm just running around like a twat.
Is it the Constellation Andromeda? Yes.
Yeah, that's the beastie boy.
The Taurus, I think doesn't... Right, the thing is, if you stop for a sec, is they're actually not that much different from each other. The Taurus has no snub fighter. I believe it has less missiles, but it has bigger cargo space, but it has the same weapons. So the Taurus has the same weapons, slightly less missiles, more cargo space, no snub fighter. Aquila I wouldn't bother with, because that's supposed to be a exploration ship.
And there's fuck all to explore right now.
Yeah, and the Phoenix is just a fancy ship. So let's go and have a look. I would go for either the Andromeda or the what's it called now? The oh shit, it's all still here, isn't it? Not the Armory, not that, not historical.
3.5 now, yeah. Because how much now? Are you refining your Quantanium or just selling it straight? I can't remember what Ajag was saying. I refine it all. Now, have you been able to sell it properly? Because when I last did it, it was 313, and whenever I went to sell it, it was always full. So I just said, "Sorry, I'm just going to sell it straight away because I'm not wasting my time waiting a day, paying all this money, and then I have to sell like 1 load of Quantanium in 4 days. Like I came on 4. It took me 4 days. I came on several times and just selling little bits at a time because it's all linked. And because it's the most expensive, people say, "Oh, I'll just do that one." But if it's working now, then yeah, just keep doing it. But because I haven't done prospector mining properly since 313. I think I did a bit in 314, but I can't remember.
Okay. Apparently, yeah, sold it fine. Sold a bunch for almost 2 million the other day. Nice. Right.
Very nice.
Right, the Taurus, where you don't have the snub fighter, it's got more cargo. Got 174 cargo. In game, it's 3.2 million. I need to update some of those things. This is a sort of a quite good site. Called StarCitizen.tools. Hydrate. I do need to hydrate. Right. So basically, if you want, what would you prefer? Would you prefer more cargo space with less missiles and no snub fighter on the back? Or would you prefer the snub fighter, missiles, and slightly smaller cargo? Because the Constellation Andromeda is 96 inventory, which that is 3.5 million, and it's got some more missiles and it's got a little snub fighter on the back. The Taurus is slightly cheaper at 3.2 million. It doesn't have the little fighter on the back and it doesn't have the missiles, but it's got 174 cargo space, because basically they take out the snub fighter and put it in a cargo room. Using the A2 to move it. Have it through. Oh, I got through a subscription for this month. So it'd be the Taurus. That was the newest one they released. It's the cheapest one out of all of them because it's just a cargo hauler. But it's still fine. The basic guns that you get on this vessel, the basic guns, are the same on nearly all of them.
So are you still wanting to try World War 3 or?
I don't mind. Do you want to try and give it a go? And then if not, we can always go back onto this. Because I don't mind either, because we're in this game at the moment anyway, so you can stay in it and just do missions and mess around. I'm also
My thing is, the last thing they put was that they're aware of the issues and they've not updated it, and that was at 7.
Yeah, but I've been watching some streamers, and some streamers seem to be able to go on, and some on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird though. I'm watching two streamers, and one seems to like be in the game happily, and then when he's not in it, he can't get in it, sort of thing. And then next minute it switches, and next person can't get in.
Yeah. Just seems like a hassle to me. I'd rather play this game. I expect this to break.
Yeah. And then maybe
give them another day, which, you know.
Yeah, give them another day. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's have a look. It says here, so firepower is the same, just you lose some missiles and a lot of fighter on the back. Yes. That is all you lose. Because that's the thing about the constellations, are all the same. The Aquila's slightly different because it's it doesn't have turrets and stuff like that, because it's a purely sort of exploring ship. The Phoenix has less cargo space because they actually put like luxurious rooms and stuff and a bar. It's like a VIP carrier.